Hello again, 7th graders, and welcome to another English language class. My name is Љубомир Sушić, and I am your English teacher today. Today, we are going to talk again about passive voice, but this time we will concentrate on past simple passive, present simple passive, and present perfect simple passive forms. Okay, in this presentation, you will see some constructions, you will have some examples, and at the end of this presentation, we will have some exercises on these tenses. Okay, so here is where the class begins. Let's start and enjoy. First, let us repeat something from the previous class. Okay, so passive voice is used when the focus is on the action. It is not important or not known who or what is performing the action. Okay, so in example, my mobile phone was stolen. That is a sentence in past simple passive. In this sentence, the focus is on the fact that my mobile phone was stolen. Okay, I don't know who did that. But sometimes a statement in passive voice is more polite than active voice, as the following example shows. So if you have an example, a mistake was made, that is also a passive sentence in a past simple passive voice. In this case, I focus on the fact that a mistake was made, but I do not blame anyone. Okay, but in a sentence, you have made a mistake, we know who did something wrong. Okay. Then, how to form a passive sentence. Okay, again, you have here like a formula or something like that, and it says we have subject, then we have finite form of to be, and then we have verb in the third column of irregular verbs, or if verb is in regular form, okay, then we have suffixes ed or d. Then, if we have an active sentence, they made a cake. Here, they is subject, made is verb, and a cake is an object. Okay, so obviously this sentence is in past simple. And if we want to put this sentence in passive voice, here it is. A cake was made by them. So here, a cake is a subject, was is a finite form of to be, and made is verb in the third column. Okay, so you have an active and a passive sentence as an examples, and you can see that a cake from the active sentence, because there is an object, okay, in an active sentence a cake is an object, it is a subject in the passive sentence. But when rewriting active sentences in passive voice, please note the following. The object of the active sentence becomes the subject of the passive sentence. Okay? The finite form of the verb is changed, and the subject of the active sentence becomes the object of the passive sentence or is dropped. Okay, so that is how to form a passive sentence. Next, in this table, on the left side, you have examples of active sentences, and on the right side, you have those active sentences in passive form, okay, in passive voice. So let's start. Past simple active sentence, they made a cake. We have they as a subject, made as a verb, and a cake as an object. But in passive voice, a cake is a subject, was made is a verb, then we have by, and we have subject them. Okay, then present perfect simple active. We have a sentence, Jane has paid the bill. Jane is a subject, has paid is a verb, and the bill is an object. But in a passive voice, the bill is an object or the subject of the passive sentence, has been paid is a verb, then we have by and subject Jane. And present simple active sentence, we have an example, John rides a bike. So John is a subject, rides is a verb, and a bike is an object. Then passive, a bike is an object, but it's a subject of this passive sentence, is written, it is a verb, and by John, so by subject. Okay, and if you want to see that as some kind of formula, past simple active, subject plus verb, okay, in the second column, plus object, or past simple passive, we have first object, then was or were, plus verb in the third column, plus by subject. Then in present perfect simple active, we have subject, plus have or has, plus verb in the third column, plus object, okay? And present perfect simple passive voice, we have object first, then have or has, then plus being, then verb in the third column. So you can see that in active and passive voice verbs are the same, okay? And then by subject. And present simple active, we have subject plus verb plus object. Please notice that in the third person singular form, you have s or es on the verb, okay? And present simple passive is object plus am is or are plus verb in the third column plus by subject, okay? So again, when the passive voice is used the most. So it is used for reports of crimes or incidents with unknown subject. An example, my car was stolen yesterday. Okay, so this is a report of a crime or an incident, but we don't know who the subject is. Then, in scientific reports, the rat was placed into a T-shaped maze. Okay, so this is a scientific report. And when the actor is irrelevant. Example, an experimental solar power plant will be built in the Australian desert. Okay, so here we have the focus on the action, but the actor is irrelevant. Okay, let's move on. Again, if we want to talk about pronouns in passive voice, if the subject of the active sentence is a subject pronoun, when we make a passive sentence, the subject pronoun has to be an object pronoun in the passive sentence, okay? So if we have an active sentence, she made a cake, the passive one is a cake was made by her. So you can see that she is a subject pronoun in an active sentence, then it has to be an object pronoun in a passive one, so it is her, okay? Then next example, active sentence is he has done the job, okay? The passive sentence is the job has been done by him. So again, in an active sentence, he is a subject pronoun, but in the passive sentence, it is an object pronoun, okay? And the last one, I love her, okay? I is a subject pronoun, then in a passive voice, it is she is loved by me. So I is a subject pronoun, and in the passive voice is an object pronoun, me. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Now, let's do some exercises. As you can see, these sentences are in present simple tense, okay? So we have to put these active sentences into passive ones, okay? So let's start. Sam sends emails. Sam is the subject, sends is verb, present simple, and emails, that is an object. Great, well done. So the passive will be emails are sent by Sam. Okay, well done. Next one, Tina cuts the grass. Tina is a subject, cuts is verb, and the grass is an object. Okay, so the grass is cut by Tina. Well done. Let's see the next one. I prefer chocolate. Okay, I prefer chocolate. I is a subject, prefer is verb, chocolate is an object. Okay, so the passive will be chocolate is preferred by me. Excellent. Okay, let's see the next one. Tom often steals cars. Okay, that's not very nice. Okay, but this sentence says Tom often steals cars. So here Tom is a subject, steals is a verb, and cars, that is an object. And what is often? Okay, that's right. That is an adverb of time. Well done. Okay, so let's see. Cars are often stolen by Tom. Okay, great. Let's see the next one. They play loud music. So they is a subject, play is a verb, loud music is an object. Okay, so loud music has to be a subject of the passive sentence. So loud music is played by them. Great. Let's see the next slide. Okay, we have 5 more. Ralph speaks English. Ralph is a subject, speaks is a verb, and English is an object. So the passive will be English is spoken by Ralph. Okay? Now, Mike loves the London parks. Mike is a subject, loves is a verb, the London parks is a subject, so the London parks are loved by Mike. Great. Next one. She does not want staff. Okay, you can see that this is in negative form in present simple. So if your active sentence is in a negative form, the passive one has to be also in negative form. So staff is not wanted by her. Staff is not wanted by her. Next one. Severus writes articles. Okay, Severus is subject, writes is verb, articles, that is an object. So articles are written by Severus. Well done. Next one. Tom and Jerry do not study English. Okay, Tom and Jerry, that is a subject, do not study, that's a negative form of present simple, and English is an object, so the passive voice will be English is not studied by Tom and Jerry. Okay, now we have some sentences in past simple. Okay, so let's start. She sang a song. Okay, so the passive voice will be a song was sung by her. A song was sung by her. Somebody hit me. Okay, somebody is a subject, hit is a verb, me is an object, so I was hit by somebody. Okay, next one, we stopped the bus. Okay, we is a subject, stopped is verb, the bus is an object, then the passive voice will be the bus was stopped by us. Okay, you can see that we is a subject pronoun in an active sentence, then us is an object pronoun in a passive sentence. Okay, a thief stole my car. A thief is a subject, stole is a verb, my car is an object. Then passive voice will be my car was stolen by a thief. Great. Okay, next one. They didn't invite him. You can see that this sentence is in negative form. So if your active sentence is in negative form, you have to put your passive sentence in a negative form as well. Okay, so they is subject, didn't invite negative form of past simple, and him is an object, then he was not invited by them. Next one. She didn't win the prize. This is also in a negative form, okay? She is a subject, didn't win is a negative form of verb, and the prize is an object, okay? Then the passive voice will be the prize was not won by her. Okay? Now the next one. They didn't make their beds. This is also in a negative form in past simple. So they didn't make their beds. They is a subject, didn't make negative form of past simple, and their beds is an object. Then their beds were not made by them. Okay, next one. I did not tell them. I did not tell them. It is also in a negative form, okay? I, subject, did not tell, past simple, negative form verb, and them is an object, then passive voice is they were not told by me. Next one is in interrogative form. You have the question mark at the end. So did you tell them? Your passive sentence has to be in an interrogative form as well. Did you tell them? Were they told by you? Next one. Did she send the letter? This is also in interrogative form. You have a question mark at the end. So your passive sentence has to be in interrogative form as well. Then, was the letter sent by her? Well done. Next. Now we have sentences in present perfect simple. Okay? We have to put them in present perfect simple passive voice. So let's start. We haven't checked your car. So we is a subject, haven't checked is a negative form of present perfect simple, and your car is an object. Then a passive sentence is your car has not been checked by us. Also here in an active sentence you have a subject pronoun we, and it is put in passive voice as an object pronoun us. Okay? Then someone has cut this tree. Okay, someone is a subject, has cut is verb in present perfect, and this tree is an object. Then the passive sentence is this tree has been cut by someone. Okay, great. Let's move on. Too many people have used the same methods. Okay, too many people is the subject, have used is a verb in present perfect simple, and the same methods is an object in the sentence. So the passive voice is the same methods have been used by too many people. Great. Next one. My classmates have decorated our classroom. Okay, my classmates, that is a subject, have decorated, that is verb in the present perfect, and our classroom is an object. Okay, so our classroom will be a subject in a passive sentence. Then our classroom has been decorated by my classmates. Okay, our classroom has been decorated by my classmates. And the next one, Adele has eaten all the biscuits. Okay, Adele is subject, has eaten as a verb in present perfect simple, and all the biscuits, they are the object. Okay, so all the biscuits, that will be a subject in a passive sentence. Then all the biscuits have been eaten by Adele. Okay, and 5 more. My grandparents have bought this land. Okay, my grandparents, that is subject, have bought, that's a verb in present perfect simple, and this land, that is an object of this sentence, of this active sentence. Then passive voice will be, this land has been bought by my grandparents. Great. Next one, they haven't asked us. Okay, they haven't asked us. So this is a negative form of present perfect. Us is an object, haven't asked, negative form of present perfect, and they is subject. So the passive voice is, we have not been asked by them. Okay, they, subject pronoun in an active sentence, them is an object pronoun in passive sentence. Okay, the next one, charities have done a lot of good work. Okay, so charities, that is subject, have done is a verb in present perfect, and a lot of good work, that's an object. Then the passive voice is, a lot of good work has been done by charities. Okay, next one, they haven't built the new bridge. They is a subject, haven't built, verb in the present perfect, and the new bridge is an object, so the new bridge will be a subject of the passive sentence. Then the passive is, the new bridge has not been built by them. Okay, and now the last one, has she worn that? Okay, this sentence is in interrogative form. Okay, you have a question mark at the end of the sentence. Then if your active sentence is in interrogative form, you have to put your passive sentence in interrogative form as well. So, has she worn that? Has that been worn by her? Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you all for your attention. Please stay healthy and safe. Till the next time, bye-bye.